Mr. Real Talk, the metaphor Messiah. Bow down to the king. We're talking legendary coming soon, the mixtape.
Check your insolence, career skip fresh, the same toilet that you pissed in. This rap shit's a piece of tiramisu. They should've kept it independent. Ask Schoolboy Q, lay siege to your throne. You are fucking with Capone, she ain't fucking with me. She fucking one of my clones. Nasty with the similes, monster with a metaphor. She could suck a mean one. Why you think I metaphor? Beat stay knocking through your ears and your spinal cord. Hating on the youth, use a lame and a dinosaur. Fuck that, I am king to this hip hop. Trying to find a clue, you a G. Madlock, never see the day I break bread with my enemies. The mixtape out, baby special.
What's
delivery.
going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And we are live directly after SmackDown. What a interesting and I'd dare say good Halloween edition of SmackDown. How often can you say that? Are usually absolutely horrible. I mean, really. Absolutely terrible. But tonight, not that bad. All things considered, not that bad. And it's just like, when you hear the words, trick, but I didn't think it was bad at all, man. I thought there was a lot of good stuff going on overall. I was pretty damn happy with SmackDown. Here's the interesting thing about it, though. This is probably the first time in, I believe, 8 weeks now. 8 of them. I got to even put them up there to make sure that I'm counting correctly. 8 weeks that SmackDown was not better than Raw. And that's not to say that SmackDown wasn't good. It's just Raw was fucking outstanding for the first time in 2 months. And SmackDown had a lot to beat. I mean, that's just how it is. And the reality is, as good as SmackDown was tonight, Raw was a little bit better. But that's not to take anything away from SmackDown. So let's get into the copious amounts of notes. We are going to take your calls live right here on Skype at David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, 702 sure. So just keep that in mind. Also, I'm not sure how long my throat's going to friggin' hold out. I'm tired. I'm sick as hell. But I'm here because I love you motherfuckers, man. I love being here with you. Excited about this. Yeah, we're having drop frame issues like a mofo. Hopefully this is going to stop. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But hey, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for making sure that you guys are subscribing, and sharing. Let's get into the thing where, hey man, the souls of the defeated, man, they're my fuel. Yeah, he's creepy as shit. And, you know, the smoke, all that stuff. Souls being fuel, I think it's interesting. It's how much can you suspend disbelief? And that's the issue I find with him. That being said, I didn't hate this promo. I thought he did a really good job with it. And he always has the creep factor, and that's always a big thing with him. So it's good. You know, those are good things. But as far as really taking him serious as a serious threat, you know, open challenge from his 3 monsters. So despite the losses, despite the fact that they can't seem to win a feud to save their lives, they go ahead and continue to push them towards the top. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think if it's done correctly, like it kind of was done tonight, it's going to be accepted. So it's going in the right direction with the Wyatt. So I thought that was a fairly effective opening. The fact is, it's so much man. They're just so big. They're so huge. They're so massive. They're so strong. They're devastating. And Bray, being the creepy sumbitch he is, there's all of these things. You know, it's a lot. Trey Parker in the chat. Dave, how you feeling? Are you all right? I'm hanging in there, man. If you guys watched the NXT review I did earlier, you saw me gradually fade as the show went. And this show might be very similar, but I wasn't going to miss this SmackDown for you guys. Mainly, I got to be honest. Here's what I decided. I was like, okay, I'll get up at 3 in the morning. Well, 2:40-ish. Yes, I am fine. Alex Williams, I liked that Bray used Taker's hat and Kane's mask. I'm 100% in agreement. I love that. I thought that was a really cool little gimmick. I love the fact that, he put emphasis on the Brothers of Destruction. I liked the build. It was smart. It was well done. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was very, very well done. So it was just a good way of going. Papa Powerfred, do they celebrate Halloween in Germany, man? Actually, they do. All the soldiers that are here, there's a lot of soldiers, not as many as there used to be. That's how I got here, being a United States soldier, being stationed over here in Germany. There's not as many as there used to be, so that's how I almost said religion, the holiday got adapted. But now it's started to take on its life of its own, over here. And even in small towns like mine, Germans are really taking to Halloween. It's becoming quite a big thing. So yeah, they do celebrate, and it's pretty cool. They have their own kind of Halloween type celebration. It's called Fasching. So there's that too. That's later on though. That's like in the spring, late winter, early spring. Yeah, spring. Yeah. So pretty cool stuff. So there we go with that. I love answering questions about where I live here in Germany, so keep them coming on that. I enjoy that. But so after Bray Wyatt, it shouldn't be a big surprise that if Bray Wyatt, somebody who's been doing nothing but losing, is kicking off the show with a promo, then the guy who beat him at Hell in a Cell would be kicking off the show with a promo, the in-ring stuff. And, of course, that is Roman Reigns, the new #1 contender. And I know how much that might be pissing some of you off right now. I was trying to let go of my hatred of it too, okay? Trust me. And here's how I've let go of the hatred of the whole situation with Roman Reigns being #1 contender. There's really not much to hate anymore. That's exactly why here in a second. There's not a lot to get all up in arms and want to burn down the fucking WWE anymore. That's the reality of it. Roman has improved so much, and I think it's important to note that he has improved a great deal. So let's talk about how. First, the promo. The promo tonight, he had one hiccup in a promo a couple of weeks ago. Other than that, his promos have not been bad. They've kept him, well in line, tightly controlled, and that's been fine. So that wasn't that bad. Second, they're doing the things now that they should have been doing a long time ago. Really highlighting him in singles competition and stretching him out. It took him a long time to do this, but now they're doing it. During his promo, he gets interrupted by Kevin Owens. Great guy to have him in there with. Owens, says he's a fluke, and they're about to have their little fight. And you know what? This was a pretty damn good match, man. Is it going to tear the house down? Is it ever going to be mistaken for Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit? No, of course not. Of course not. But it was a pretty damn solid match. Very physical. Kevin Owens really can work with anybody. And, I'm starting to really believe that Roman is not going to embarrass himself with any level of competition anymore. I don't have that worry that he's a one-dimensional guy. His athleticism is really starting to make up for a lot of some of the deficiencies. And the fact is he's learning how to work better. So I'm giving a little bit of love to Roman tonight. Into the chat there, Patrick. What's up, Dave? What up, Patty Glenn, my man? Cappuccino says, nice beanie. Yeah, I went with the beanie. I'm cold tonight. I ain't feeling good. So I went with a little retro DX beanie. Thought it'd be fun. Steve Rogers, Captain fucking America. What's the attitude that Germans have towards Americans? Do they think we're arrogant? Well, the arrogant ones, yeah. Those of us who walk around and act arrogant, yes, they think we're arrogant. Germans are not rude people. They're very direct. They're very blunt. Sometimes that can be mistaken for coldness, but I'll tell you, some Germans are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I've had some of the greatest holidays I've ever had with German people. Hell, I married a German person, for Christ's sake. I got a little half German running around here. Oh, she's asleep now. She's having a sleepover with one of her fat little friends. It's funny. I'm fat, so I could say that. It's okay. But yeah, no, Germans, they treat us pretty good over here, man. They're nice. They're good people. I like the Germans. And I'm Polish, and I'm saying that. Go fucking figure. So if a Pole, I guess it would mean more if I was Jewish and saying it, but hey, it's all the same. Love is love in the end, right? As my, so there you go. I definitely getting back to SmackDown. Patrick Lynn says, Dave, where can I get some apple wine cola? You need to get yourself some apple wine cola, players. If you don't have it in the States, you need to send away for that shit. I get it at a Getränkemarkt, which is a drink store here in Germany. It's the drink store, Getränkemarkt. And that's where I get them. And they're delicious. They're refreshing and alcoholic-y. And they come in badass cans, so they don't look like fruity, like wine coolers. They put some hair on your cock. It's not bad at all. Apple wine. Don't make fun of my apple wine cooler or my apple wine. So there you go. Pop-up Power Fred, can't live with her, can't leave without her. Man, the same here. So there you go. You guys make sure you guys call in if you want to get your voice heard on Smack Digging It Down tonight. So after that really solid match, with what I took away from it, and of course Kevin Owens doing the count out thing, walking through the crowd, which I don't have a problem with. A lot of people are like, walk Owens, walk. I think it defines who he is in a lot of ways, as far as he fights when he wants to fight. And I love the guy. So, but the thing that I took away is Roman's improvement. Roman hitting the moves that he does now, it's definitely gotten a lot better from it. He's not a John Cena 5 moves of doom, 4 moves of doom, whatever. He is definitely a little bit more varied. And his athleticism is very, very underrated. So a little bit of love to Roman Reigns. Am I saying put the strap on him? No, I'm not saying that. I am saying that I think he can work some very good matches with Seth Rollins. And when they inevitably do put the gold on this guy, it may not be the end of our world as we know it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm opening to the idea of Roman Reigns as my champion. That's where I've got to. And I think at this point you kind of have to. I mean, you can continue to be like, he's just John Cena, and I am. I was gonna do a SmackDown or a NXT or a WWE Raw. I was gonna do one of these in character of just the prototypical guy that you see on a lot of these shows. Well, the first match between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, it was pretty terrible because that John Cena. He's always around, and he with his hustle loyalty. He's not even in the match. Calm the fuck down. We know you hate Cena. Well, Roman Reigns is like Cena, so calm the fuck down. That's where it comes down to. A lot of wrestlers would kill to have John Cena's career, for good or bad. All right, so let's calm down with all that shit. Let's see here. Sal, the copious graphics guru. If you want to get some of the cool, badass graphics that I have right now, just get a hold of Sal at whitedeathgraphics@gmail.com. You see the graphic there inside my graphics in the slideshow. All of his information. Make sure you hit him up, and he'll take care of you. So he asks in the chat, so why live in Germany of all places? Well, I was a United States soldier. I was stationed here back in 2002. I've been here since then. I got married and stayed here, and it's peaceful. Nobody gets stabbed over fucking Nikes, man. It's not such a bad thing. It's not such a bad thing. Germany's pretty badass. I do enjoy living here. A lot of fun. I've seen a lot of things, man. It's been great. I had to deploy a couple times, of course, but then I got medically retired in 2010. It's just, what am I going to do? Rip my daughter out of school, German school and all that? Nah, let her stay in school here. And my wife likes it here. So happy wife, happy life. Isn't that how it goes? Well, mostly at least. So there you go. Love answering those questions. Hey, if you guys are enjoying what you hear and you like the copious amounts of notes and you love your favorite fat man, go ahead and donate to the channel, man. It's because of you that I'm able to make these awesome improvements in graphics. And the phone number, 702-751-2902. That's all because of you guys. So if you want to continue to support the channel, make sure you do so right in the description box below. Hit me up there, and you can donate. You'll get the $1 million laugh and all that good stuff. So make sure you do that if you are so inclined. If you tip your barista, you can tip your favorite fat man as well. Nothing wrong with that. Also, go ahead and buy a t-shirt. If you love Dead on Dave Productions, go over to www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. We got all kinds of great t-shirts there and other types of gear as well. Go check it out, buy some gear, and if you do, hit me up on Twitter and show me wearing you those things, man, and I'll give you a special highlight on the show. So, there you go. Let's get back into the copious amounts of notes as we wait for callers. Man, I shouldn't have ignored the callers at the beginning of the show because now they're not calling back in. Oh, well, Sayel, if you're still watching, call back in, brother. It's okay. So, backstage, Renee is conducting interviews, and she's Tinkerbell. She's cute as hell, isn't she? And Dean Ambrose kind of pops in there. I love when they're on camera together. They have good chemistry. We all know they're fucking now. There's no secret anymore to it. And they're just cute. They're just cute. I'm just waiting for him to plant one on her, too, one day. Just be like, mwah. You know, I don't know who makes those sounds when they kiss, but that's a mwah. But hey, that's all right. I'm sure Dean does. And he basically just rants and raves, and he says, I'm taking the Wyatt challenge, even if I have to go it alone. Then something unexpected happened, and as stupid as I thought it was going to be, it does have a payoff. Boo Dallas tries to scare Renee. Yes, Boo Dallas. And it was actually pretty damn funny. I guess Bo is really starting to turn into that comedic character. And you know what? I'm not upset with that. I do think he is going to develop. Look, the guy's still 25 years old, I believe. Very young. He is going to develop into a really good thing in the ring and stuff. I do believe he'll be taken more seriously as time goes on. But if you want to put him in that comedic role, that's completely fine. And tonight I thought he did a really good job. And it did have a payoff. We'll get to that later on. A lot of these comedic roles in the back, they don't have a payoff. Tonight it did. We had build, and then payoff, and it was funny. So I was fine with that. Pop-up Power Fred, what's up with Cena, man? Do you think his up for a rebrand or something? No, the Cena machine is going strong, my friend. It's going strong. Money-wise, I don't know. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. He will go heel the same time Hulk Hogan did, right around 42, 43 years old. That's what's going to happen with Cena, and I'm almost 100% sure of it. His parallels with Hulk Hogan are almost uncanny with the amount, how over he is with that demographic that Hogan was over with. Cena's the exact same way. I think people forget that 93, 94 Hulk Hogan was basically the same way John Cena's been for a much longer time, but he was getting those type of mixed reactions in a lot of places, and from what I understand it, live shows that he was getting brutalized too. So it is what it is. Now, according to Table for Three, which came on this week's Table for Three, Bo Dallas was on. I'm just popping all over the place. Steve Rogers says 25. I thought he was older than Bray. No, I hope I'm right about that. But according to his thing that he said today, he's 25. I was right. Yeah, he's 25 years old. So, but let's get back into the copious amounts of notes. So, is he up for a rebrand? No, Cena's not up for a rebrand. He is just taking a little bit of time away, and now it's probably not even as much time as people originally thought. He might be getting back a little bit earlier in December. So, prepare yourselves accordingly. Get your thumbs down ready, kids, because he's coming back. So, the night at this point, with some of it, I was like, okay, it's not going too bad. And then we see four-way tag team action with the Luchas, the Eurozone, as I like to call them, the now newly formed and newly minted tag team of Sheamus and Bad News Barrett. Yes, for good or bad, for anger or joy, they are an official tag team. They will be working together and possibly getting pushed within that division. I actually kind of like it. The Dudleys and, of course, the Ascension, all four of them in a four-way tag, but we're not just getting them. Oh, no, we're getting your tag team champion, so don't you dare be sour. I love how Big E is getting more and more ridiculous. I don't know if his outfit tonight was supposed to go back and watch his outfit. His shorts and stuff were riding higher into him than the Divas shorts usually do. And that's saying quite a bit because Nikki and Charlotte, they have asshole eating contests every week. What asshole is going to eat more of their shorts? Nikki usually wins that competition, but I have a feeling that if they would have wrestled, Big E would have won that competition tonight because his frontal area was eating his shorts tonight, and that was freaking amazing. But he and his unicorn brother, Mr. Kofi Kingston, come out, and they're doing commentary. Look, that match was great. I loved the match. I thought all 4 tag teams were great. There were no big spots where I was like, oh, boring. No, I thought all 4 teams had a great showing tonight. And that's a rare thing. Even the Ascension, then nobody was carried tonight. But if you didn't see the match, I don't know if I would be upset at you because how could you not be distracted by what the fuck happened on commentary tonight? Every time the New Day have come on commentary, it's been funny. I didn't think that they were going to be able to be as funny as they were tonight without Xavier Woods. But the reality is they might have been even more funny than usual. Let's give a little bit of love to Kofi Kingston, who just kept the funny going the entire damn night. It was great. It was great. I absolutely loved it. I thought he did a great job. Kofi just kept line after line going. They would not get off Rich Brennan. They were calling the match. They were just doing it as white people basically. I thought it was great. I did not get tired of it. I didn't get annoyed by it. I just was enthralled that these 2 guys were doing what they were doing. King was basically losing. If you saw every time they shot to Booker, Booker had his hand on his face, and because he was trying very hard not to come undone. It was fantastic. I do think it may have taken away from the match because I think the match was fantastic, especially the ending of it. But I'll take it. It was entertaining as all fuck. It was so entertaining. It really was, and I was very, very impressed with what they were able to do without their big talker, without their big gun on the microphone, Mr. Xavier Woods, and that's saying quite a bit. So Xavier's getting married, by the way. Alex Williams, where was Xavier? Well, Xavier, they played the injury angle with him, but the reality is he just got married. So congratulations, Xavier Woods. Steve Rogers, do we really want a Lucha Dragons push? I don't mind it, man. I got to be honest with you. The Lucha Dragons did win this match tonight, and in really exciting fashion. That Selena Del Sol was badass. That was a really cool finisher tonight. It looked really good. It doesn't always look great, but it looked really, really good tonight. So I don't mind it being the Lucha Dragons. Look, we need more tag teams to be in this division, plain and simple. So those 4 tonight, I would like to see more out of, especially the Ascension. Obviously, we have the Dudleys, and they got into a brawl that led to the back with the Eurozone, the European Union, whatever we want to call them, Sheamus and Bad News Barrett, King Barrett. And it was funny, or not funny. It was cool. Okay, so we know what's going to happen here. They're going to have their little feud, but we need more teams to step up. And until some of the ones from NXT really get into it, and if they don't have the Wyatts formulate 1, possibly 2 tag teams, probably only 1. But until they do that, we need these tag teams to step up, and we really do need the Lucha Dragons to be able to do something that is a little bit more than we would normally expect. So I'm totally fine with the Lucha Dragons getting pushed a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Stephen Langerheim in the chat says, how can Undertaker and Kane win this feud where they're so outnumbered? Well, hey, you know they're not going to be outnumbered going into Survivor Series. They are going to get some more partners. We're not exactly sure who they're going to be at this point, legendary or current roster, but so you don't have to worry about the outnumber thing happening. You know better than that, Stephen Langerheim. So let's get back into the copious amounts of notes here. So we got that match, which I absolutely loved. The 4-way tag action. New Day was great, dancing as the way. Oh God, the gyrations of Big E, Jesus. So I loved all that. In the back, Cesaro steps up, and he tells Dean he is going to be his tag team partner. And they had a little exchange about what he was wearing, and it kind of made fun of what Dean was wearing, and that was fine. Once again, Boo Dallas tries to scare somebody. Doesn't work out for him, but Boo is not giving up. Go Boo Dallas. Then we get what I thought was going to be, and kind of was at some point, was one of the low points of the night, and that was the trick or treat street fight. Whenever you hear those words, trick or treat street fight, you automatically, and it's completely justified to do so, you get worried. And Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, two guys that we've seen in these type of matches in the past, very gimmicky, but I didn't think the match was bad. It wasn't very long. The super kick with the pumpkin made the match for me right on its own. That was a brutal super kick with the pumpkin on his head, and that pumpkin exploded, son. Dolph hit that thing hard as hell. So I didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of cool. A decent spot there. And Ziggler gets the win. You know, he gets a roll up. They did work the injury angle onto the knee. The Miz with a brutal chair shot onto the the freaking ring post and stuff. So Ziggler's hurt. So the match I didn't think was transcendent by any stretch of the imagination, but I didn't think it was bad. What really made the match better was the aftermath when Breeze comes down and once again showing that real tenacious, that vicious side of his, and he just attacks and beats the holy hell out of Dolph Ziggler. I'm really looking forward to seeing these two wrestle, man. I really want to see these matches. I want to see Tyler Breeze open up more his moveset, and depending on who he's wrestling, where he's not always outnumbered, or not outnumbered, but outmanned, because he's always taking on these mountains over down there in NXT. He won't be doing that with Dolph Ziggler. He should open up well. They're very similar in styles. The comparisons to Shawn Michaels that they both have, maybe that's what this is going to be. Whoever wins can continue to be like Shawn, and the loser must go away. And for the first time tonight, I really started to be invested a little bit into the Summer and Breeze, the Summer Breeze pairing. I thought it worked. They look good together. She didn't add much to the whole segment other than taking the selfies, but I liked them together, and I thought they did a really good job, to be completely honest, and I'm starting to like that entire situation. So I didn't think I was going to, but it is really starting to come to that way. So what did you guys think of the trick or treat street fight? You know, that's always a worrisome combination of words, but I thought it wasn't that bad. Next, we got Paige and Natalya. This was a quick but physical match. The actual time that they were wrestling, they hit some physical maneuvers that made me really want to see a match between them. But because of what they do, we see the whole transformation of what's happening in the Divas division. We see that Paige is being pivoted on to Charlotte and Becky, and the whole feud with Natty has probably already come to an end, with Team Bad getting involved, almost stopping just short of taking responsibility for beating up Natalya a few weeks back. But then they distract her, and Paige is able to get the victory, hitting that rampage, which I love, by the way, on Natty. And then, good Lord, Team Bad. By the way, I love the fact that they were brought down by Sasha Banks' music. Very smart. Finally, listening to the crowds, we want Sasha, so they give us Sasha. And that was smart. She is really starting to become the leader of the group, which I think is what they need to do before they inevitably break them up. Everybody hits a finisher on Natalya. Tamina hits her super kick, which is the only thing she can do. If there's one thing Tamina can do, she can kick somebody's fucking head off, and she does that quite well. Before Sasha hit the bank statement, though, Naomi hit a double foot to the face which I haven't seen her do before. Maybe I've seen her do it once or twice in the past, but she certainly doesn't use it as a finisher. She uses that god-awful rear end. I've said for a long time, if you want her to be taken more seriously, you got to get her a better finisher. I think that we saw that tonight. I think that is what's going to be this double foot to the face finisher, which I kind of liked. I thought it was a good move. And then Sasha hitting that fucking bank statement. Onto Natalya, it was great. It was great. I liked the segment. The match was the match, but the segment is, again, it's for the second segment in a row, too, because you can say the same thing about the Trick or Treat street fight, where the match was bleh, but the entire segment was fantastic. So I was pretty happy about that. Let's take a couple questiones here. Steven Langerheim, Dave, did you notice Braun Strowman was taller than Kane on Raw? I did notice that, man. I did notice that. He's a big ham hock. That's the words Roddy Piper would use. Look at that ham hock. That's what Roddy would have said. That's what he said about The Undertaker the first time we saw him. So, Pop-Up Power Fred, Dave, we love you, and I love you too, you mofos. Alex Williams, Dave, do you think the Team Taker versus Team Wyatt should main event Survivor Series? Should? Probably not. If there's a, for me, if there's a title being defended, if they're going to do Seth and Roman, that needs to be the main event. But because it's The Undertaker, because it's 25-year anniversary, it's probably going to get top billing. And honestly, I don't have a problem with that. Even though that's not what I would do, it's The Undertaker. It's The Undertaker. It's 25 years anniversary. It's where he debuted. You give him top billing. So I don't have a problem with that. Steven Langerheim says, what needs to happen is a new ministry to form to help Kane and Taker take on the Wyatt family. I don't know about a ministry, but I do like the idea of a assembly, something like that, of legends, like maybe Sting, Mankind, JBL, some guys like that, some combination, and I'm sure we can think of some others. So that's what I would do. Let's go ahead and take a phone call. Sael, man, Sael, you're live with Dead on Dave. You've been trying to call in for a while. At least you were at the beginning. What you got?
What's up, Dave? Man, I thought SmackDown was solid.
Yeah.
Give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm 7.5. I thought it was a really solid SmackDown. What'd you like about it?
I thought the start to the show was pretty good, and had a nice main event.
Yeah, the main event was really solid too. I agree.
I ain't got too much detail on it because I was flipping the channel back and forth trying to keep up with we got a lot of games on tonight.
Not a worry, brother. Not a worry. You got anything else for me?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call, dude.
Hey, no problem, buddy. No problem. Take it easy,
All right.
Sael.
All right.
Sael, everybody. Short, sweet, and straight to the point. He gives it a 7. What do you guys think tonight, man? What's your rating for tonight's Raw? If you want to put it in the chat, please feel free to do that. You can also tweet me at DeadOnDaveV. I'll tweet you back and all that good stuff. Or you can simply call in on Skype at davidvancura, DAVIDVANCURA, just like Sael did. Or use the number 702-751-2902. So you could do all that good stuff, and that'd be great. I don't know if you guys were able to hear Sael very well. Am I low tonight? It doesn't seem like I'm low tonight. Let's see here. I'll make an adjustment. If I'm low, I will make an adjustment. Could also be because I'm sick as fuck, trying just to get through this thing. My levels aren't that bad. Let's see here. Let's see if that helps a little bit. There we go. Went a little bit louder for you. Hopefully, there you go. There you go. Can you hear me better now? I don't know. Here's a name. Isoel Izari. Dave, do you think it is time for Roman Reigns to have a run with the title? Time, I don't know. I still think that he needs a little bit more time, but I'm not going to be pissed off to the high heavens if and when now he gets it. I don't think it'd be that bad. He's improved remarkably over the past year, and even more so in the past 6-7 months. And I think you can even say even more so in the past 3 months. And it's because they're doing the things that we want to see done. getting him in longer matches with singles competition, and he's doing a good job with it. So, should he? I think it's about getting to that time. The thing is, WWE wants to put it on him really, really bad. So that's where it comes down to. And it's going to happen eventually, and I think sooner rather than later. So, but for those of you who hate Roman and don't want him to, this is a little bit of a good thing that he's getting the number one contendership now. Because if it is an absolute disaster, if it's not going to work, it's happening now. And they're not going to repeat the same thing at WrestleMania. So I think it says something that, yes, they want to push Roman Reigns. They want him to have this belt. But they're not going to push him too hard because of the fact that they don't know how people are going to react to him on the bigger stage. So instead of a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble, they're giving the title shot at a Survivor Series. I think that's pretty telling. Let's take another call. 631, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
It's your best buddy, man. It's the Mendoza kid.
What's
up,
that?
Man? I decided it's the Mendoza kid, man.
It's Mendoza. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Usually you call me on Skype, not a number.
Yeah, I know. I decided to use a number because, you have
it works.
So why not use it?
Sure. What you got?
Yeah,
for me,
what's up, man? No, nothing. I just wanted to call in, say what's up, and SmackDown, of course, was solid. For once, it wasn't better than Raw, which is not a bad thing. So
no, it's not. It's a very good thing. I'm very happy with that. Raw was exceptional this week, but SmackDown was very good too. It seems like everybody in the chat is really feeling the same way. Everyone's between a 7 and a 7.5. That's where I'm at. I'm at a 7.5. I thought it was really good. Jay Davis 7.5. Steve Rogers, Captain fucking America 7. Alex Williams 7, and of course Sal, the copious graphics guru himself, also with a 7. Where are you at on rating?
I'm definitely going to give. I'll land right on the 7. Yeah, I think it's a, like I said, solid show, solid wrestling for SmackDown. It opened up well. I liked how it opened up. Obviously, with the right away with Roman and Owens and like I said, it was just like it wasn't anything special or anything for me, but it was never boring. It had some entertaining spots, and main event was good, so I enjoyed it. And like I said, the promos were well done in the back, so it was enjoyable for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I liked it.
I think that it was overall solid, top to bottom. The main event was entertaining. I just think there was a lot of good stuff going on there. I'm in 100% agreement.
Yeah, like I said, I went in and out of it because I was pretty exhausted. So I was laying down watching most of it, and I probably missed maybe a match here and there. So that's I did. Was Rollins on the show?
No,
right?
Seth did not even make an appearance at all. No.
So that was weird because that's one thing when I was after the show was done, I was just like, what, did I see Rollins or did I miss him? Because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he didn't really need to be there. I think this is one of those shows. There was a lot going on. They're really trying to push the whole Undertaker angle. I think they're saving Seth and Roman more for Raws. And we got like, I think Survivor Series is on like the 24th or something. So there is some time between now and then. So it'll be interesting how they do that.
Yeah, I was just surprised not to see him because I'm so used to seeing him, obviously Monday and Thursday. So the fact that we didn't see him at all, I was just surprised with that. So
it is a little bit
surprising. I just thought maybe I missed it. Yeah, I thought I missed it maybe because I missed a couple matches. I didn't see the Ziggler and Miz match. I didn't, I missed the Paige match. I missed a couple. I was in and out, back and forth, just falling asleep back and forth. So I missed a couple things, but yeah, like I said, I really liked it. I guess if I had to pull out the best thing out of the night, of course, I'd probably, like I said, give it to Cesaro again because he just looks, he's just so goddamn good, and, getting that crowd riled up. I don't know, he just seems to be getting.
It's getting to the point now where I don't know what to do with Cesaro. This is a really difficult situation. It's so hard because he's fantastic. Again, he is just the rocket fuel of this show. And it just feels like, what can you do with this guy? Because nothing seems like it's going to be enough, but they really have an issue with pushing him a little bit too far. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. Personally, the way he's performing, put the fucking belt on this guy, you know?
Well, at this point, yeah, I think if you ask a lot of fans, this, you know, and on top of that, he's so over as a face. I think that's an important thing also. You know, a lot of times we get a lot of over, you know, heels, but he is like so over with, you know, the whole crowd is just being, you know, a face, and I think that's amazing. You know,
and he does it without any talking, because he can't talk for shit. He showed it again tonight. It was weird, his interaction with Dean Ambrose in the back.
I don't like when they put him in that suit and those fucking glasses. I don't. The glasses I don't know what it is. I don't like that look for him. I don't know why they keep going back to it.
See, the funny thing is, I think that's where they need to go with him. I think he needs to be the real arrogant, not fully arrogant, because I think he should be a tweener, because I don't think he's got the chops to be a full-on face. But he should be the European douchebag dressing in a suit. I think it works for him. And
like I said, I don't mind. It's just I don't know. I think it's just the glasses. I think those glasses they don't even match with the suit that he's wearing. It just looks weird. I don't know, but
get him some blue blockers. Let's get Cesaro some blue blockers, and I'll tell you what, I don't think there's a person in this chat who even knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
I'm old as shit. I remember sitting up late at night and getting these infomercials. There was these great sunglasses called blue blockers, man, and it had a great rhyme. Get yourself a pair, pick yourself up a pair of blue blockers. It was terrible sunglasses. I don't know why I'm referencing them, but that's what Cesaro needs. Get that man some blue blockers, and if anybody knows what blue blockers are, you got my respect.
But I don't know, man. I'd never heard of that before. It's an interesting name. Sounds like a weird name to
it was weird. It was strange, and there was a rap with it and everything. It was very strange. But as far as Cesaro goes, he's so good. You
know what the thing was for me tonight was just he looked really good, obviously, but the thing was he was in there with these huge guys.
Yeah.
And he can do it with anybody, man. He's doing the same thing, just kicking ass and doing, you know, the same kind of work with everybody. Like,
I think it gets lost it gets lost that he's really big. He's not a small guy by any stretch.
Yeah, but he's able to get like you know, these really high spots with these fucking, you know, humongous guys. You know, these guys are huge.
He can work with anybody. That's the beauty of Cesaro. He could do the things that he does with literally anybody, and it absolutely works. And I wanted to mention this before, real quick. Last time I called when we were talking about Raw, when Cesaro had that qualifying match with Owens, I actually was nervous. I wanted him to win because for match-wise, I think, you know, you can't go wrong either way with Owens and, you know, Cesaro in the main event. But I still, you know, I knew that he's so hot right now that I knew that if they put him in that main event, he was going to light it up. Yeah.
But I think that would have taken away from Roman, I think, because he's so over with the crowd. I think the crowd wouldn't have they want him to win so bad that
absolutely.
I think I think that would have hurt Roman a little bit. So when I was watching the match, I was like, I kind of hope he doesn't kind of win here.
You needed two heels and two faces, and you needed the other face to not be too
he's just on fire.
Threatening. And Ziggler was not threatening to Roman, so there you go.
Yeah, I think that if Cesaro was in there, it would have definitely threatened Roman's, you know, I guess, his pop to win. Yeah, so I think that was a good move. But he's just white hot right now, man.
Three faces against Del Rio wouldn't have worked, so it made a lot of sense. So
so like I said, that was the main thing I took out of SmackDown. I guess my favorite part was watching him in that main event and just pull off, you know, these.
He just works, man.
Things.
He just works.
Yeah.
You got any final thoughts for me before I put your ass over the top rope tonight?
No, man. Like I said, a solid Raw. I'd give it a 7. Good watch. You know, NXT was pretty good. So far, another solid week of WWE wrestling. So, you know, hopefully it continues. And by speaking of Boo Dallas, did you? They put out another Table for Three if you haven't watched that, and it's I liked it a lot, actually.
I loved Boo Dallas. I didn't think I
yeah.
was going to. I felt bad. Like, I remember when I first saw him there at the beginning of the show, I'm like, if I end up liking this thing, I should almost feel like I want to kick my own ass for liking it. But that segment with Mark Henry was hysterical. That was hysterical. When Mark punches him and says, "It broke my damn phone, man." That was great. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the table for three, he was a part of it, Neville, and I think it was Samoa Joe. And then it was actually
table for three. Yeah, table for three.
Yeah, table for three. That was a good one. One of those rare expected ones that I didn't know they were doing, and it ended up probably being one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was a weird one. It wasn't like super telling as far as like I don't think they were putting over NXT, which was great. Hearing Samoa Joe say the things that he said about NXT was great, but they did really let them focus on Neville and Bo Dallas, which was really cool. And we could actually understand Neville for a change. Holy shit. Neville actually was coherent for the most part. He's that British that you could barely understand most of the time. But tonight, or on Table for Three, it wasn't that bad. But I thought Bo Dallas' show, it was really, really good on Table for Three. It wasn't my favorite Table for Three, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those surprises for me. Like, I didn't know that, I didn't know they were going to do it with them, and I ended up liking it, more than another one that I thought I would like more. So I was surprised by it.
Does Vince ever do a Table for Three, do you think?
What happened?
Does Vince ever do a Table for Three?
Do
you think that they will do that?
I don't know. I mean, if the show becomes, if he's getting a lot of good feedback from it, maybe. I mean, because he's Vince, he'd want to. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, because he doesn't seem to want to be on television at all anymore. So, I would say no, because he's been off television for a long time, and I don't think for whatever reason, he doesn't want to be on television.
Well, I think they should definitely do this. They needs to make this happen. And so here's the question of the night. And Mendoza, I'm gonna let you go on this. Here's the question of the night. If Vince ever does go on Table for Three, who do you want to see the other two guys being? That is the question. I would absolutely.
I'd give you my two just off the top of my head. I'd give you Jim Ross, and I would say Jim Ross for sure. And then why not? Why not have a son, Shane O'Mac? I think I think three of them would probably give us something interesting. Definitely JR.
Off the top of my head, I would just for sheer entertainment value, Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eric Bischoff, but I feel like we've seen enough with him but I don't. I was gonna say Bischoff. Paul Heyman would definitely be interesting. And then you get the three. You got WCW, ECW, and
WWE. Yeah.
So I like both of those. I like them. So.
Yeah, I appreciate the call tonight, buddy.
Of course, man. I'll talk to you another time, man. Have
Take
a good
it
night.
easy, my friend. Mendoza, everybody. Mendoza. Can't get any better than Mendoza, right? Let's see here. Papa Power Fred. Like you, Dave, he can do his thing. That's right, because I can't stop saying that stupid fucking line of mine. Let's do this thing. I'm such a weird, awkward guy. Stephen Langerheim earlier in the chat says, talking about getting another new egg and having a hatch in Survivor Series, I will kill myself if they ever do an egg hatching yet again. The gobbledygooker took part of my soul as a child. I'm like one of those childs in Village of the Damned or whatever. My soul is gone. My soul is gone because of gobbledygooker. All right, I don't care if it's the second coming of Jesus H. Chrysler. It's not going to matter. You can't do it again. Maybe part of my soul's gone because I think I have part ginger in me. I don't know, because I got red in my beard. It's very possible. I don't know. We'll see. Jay Davis says, Mendoza sounds like he's 40 on the phone. He does sound like he's 40 on the phone, doesn't he? I don't know. Papa Power Fred says, me too. Blah, 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 blah. Isaac A., if you asked me a couple months ago, I would have said, okay, no. Dave's left. Okie dokie. So, yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff going on there. Chat is going strong. If you guys want to get your voice heard or anything else, make sure you call in on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura, or just use the number 702-751-2902. There you go. Also, if you feel so inclined, go ahead and donate to the channel. Go ahead and donate. If you tip your motherfucking barista, you can tip your favorite fat man. I'm starting to fade. I gotta admit, I'm sick as shit, and it's starting to get to me. But I'm gonna hold out here as we finish up the copious amounts of notes to get the rest of what you guys want to get off your chest, and we're gonna finish up here and go boldly into the night. It's 4 o'clock in the morning here in Germany. I'm getting to the point where, yeah, I'm getting tired. So back to the copious amounts of notes. Ryback. Obviously, he ends up joining Dean Ambrose. Del Rio comes out. They cut another Mex-American promo. Not exactly sure how I feel about this. I got to be completely honest. Not 100% sure. But it is what it is. There's a lot of Cronin talk in the chat tonight, which I'm not even talking anymore about. It is what it is. You know, I didn't leave shit. But I'm glad to be doing my thing now. My thing, as I do like to say. But peace be the journey with him. That's all I got to say on that. Papa Power Fred. Dave is hot, man. Yeah, I am kind of sexy, aren't I? I don't know. Jay Cardi. Dave, which theme song is better? Punk's first or Punk's second? Cult of Personality. Come on, is fucking amazing. It's Cult of Personality. It's a Cult of Personality. Let's face it. That's it for me. So yeah, Zeb and Mr. Del Rio. I'm not exactly 100% sure how I feel yet. I think that it's going to be pretty damn good long term, but they got to get through the awkwardness, and there is some awkwardness. This whole Mex America thing. It's strange, but Del Rio, this is what I don't like. I don't want to see him squashing people. And he squashed R-Truth tonight. Truth barely got any offense. It was a squash match. We've spent so much time investing into Cena having epic match after epic match after epic match with all these different guys doing the United States Open Challenge, that I really do hope that they don't start deviating from that. We're getting squash matches. We want to see great matches. And obviously Del Rio is capable of that, depending on who he's in there with especially. So I'm hoping that there's not going to be too many of these squashes, and they're not going to be focusing on this Mex America thing too much. And because I don't want the United States Championship to be devalued again. That's the thing. We'll see what happens when Cena returns. Does he get his title back? I don't know. We'll see. But there's enough guys now that are building. Cesaro and Del Rio. Book it. Cesaro and Del Rio. Give me that feud. That's what needs to happen. We were wondering earlier, what should we do with Cesaro? Obviously, you can't push him to the moon yet. Push him against Del Rio. There you go. Maybe even take the belt off Del Rio. I'm not sure if that's a possibility with all the things in the back going on, the politics of his return and all that good stuff. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of talk about about theme songs. And yes, this Fire Burns Kane's theme song, that was badass. But how about Metalingus, man? Metalingus. Alex Williams, Dave, I love your love handles. They're not bad. They're not bad. Love them while they're still here, motherfucker. Love them while they're still here, because I am losing weight. But yes, I have the love handles. I got the boobies, the man boobs, copious amounts of man boobs. I got all that, but it doesn't keep me from being awesome and sexy. I mean, come on. How many fat guys that you know look like this? Just this sexy. It's almost too much. I almost don't do video because of all of this sexy. My beard has known to start mudslides in women's panties, okay? My beard has been known to make anuses just get open up and puckered. That's what this beard is able to do. It's magic. I don't grow it out all the time, but it is fucking amazing. So there you go. Sodvilla, Dave, why you have that swim cap on your head? Hey, this is a DX beanie, motherfucker. And mainly, I'll tell you why. This is why. Look at, I got bad hair going on. I'm sick. I got sick head. I got sick head going on. That's why. Sick head. So I got the DX action rocking. Okay. Don't hate on my badass beanie, motherfucker. It ain't a swim cap. Hating on my swim cap. So there you go. Okay. Let's finish this up here. So after Del Rio gets the squash victory over R-Truth, Boo Dallas finally gets his payoff, and he scares Mark Henry and gets knocked the F out for it. I thought that was hysterical. Main event we've talked about, unbelievably physical, very well done, just awesome. Just awesome in a lot of ways. The Wyatts really becoming the focal point is just, it's great. It's great. It really is a cool thing that's happening. So there it is. I don't know. I'm dying here. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm fading and I need to take my ass to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed SmackDown tonight. If you haven't given me your rating yet, please do so in the chat right now. Much appreciated there. And yeah, we'll mosey up on out of here. Any last calls? Here's the last chance for calls tonight. You can do so on Skype at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. Of course, use the phone 702-751-2902. Any last questions in the chat, I'll also take them as well. Make sure if you've yet to do so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and support the channel, man. We're going right up the ass of the YouTube wrestling community, so continue to support there. Subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up here. Hit me up on Google+. Wherever you want to find your copious fat man, please make sure you do that. Alex Williams says, Dave, do you think one of Kane and Taker's partner could be Daniel Bryan? No, I don't, and nor do I think it should be. When Daniel comes back, the last thing you want to do is put him in there with a bunch of green giants. And that's what those guys are. I like the Wyatts, but they're green and they're dangerous. And you don't want to put Daniel into that situation by coming back. I really don't think so. Isaac A., how much will the Panthers lose by this week? It pains me to my fucking soul that the Panthers are still undefeated. Because I don't like being wrong. And the fact is, I've been wrong here. That nobody is all that fantastic. Nobody's been great. Every team that they've faced has been unbelievably flawed. I don't think the Panthers are a serious threat to win the damn thing as far as Super Bowl wise goes. But hey, they're winning games, and you never know what a team like that is going to do. Be worried about the fact that they're peaking far too early, and Cam Newton is not a super... Fuck Cam Newton. Fuck Super Cam. By the way, Jake Hardy says, Dave, do the Ice Bucket Challenge for 2,000 subs. I already did the Ice Bucket Challenge, man. I did it when it was hot back a year ago. I did it. The videos should still be on the channel, but I did do the Ice Bucket Challenge. I was much fatter at the time. It's on the channel. Believe it or not, I did do it. So there you go. Izzy says, do you think Finn Balor has a partner with Kane Undertaker? Probably not. If I had to guess, probably not. But you never know. No, he seems to be going very strong down in NXT, and based off the spoilers that I read for the upcoming NXT events, it's about to get even more interesting. So, Kunal Oyoldion says, finally a women's match without the bells or PCB, just one-on-one's women's match. Yeah, it did end up getting interfered with, but yeah, I was happy to see that too, right? Yeah. Jake Hardy said, you did? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Sodville says, Dave, what is your Halloween costume? Well, I'm going to be a father taking his daughter out on Halloween. I don't really, no, you know what? I'll probably wear my Jedi robes. I got Jedi robes. I'll probably wear them. That's what I usually do. I don't know. It might be too cold for that. I don't know yet. More than likely that my daughter's going as a Pikachu, and and I will be going on in probably my Jedi robes, if I had to guess. Jay Davis, Dave, who would you give Swagger's theme music to? He clearly does not deserve it. Dun, 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 dun. You should do a remix of his theme music. You should do a theme music remix of Jack Swagger, man. The J.A. Davis, Real Talk, The Metaphor Messiah. That's what you need to do. It's awesome. That would be great. J. Davis, of course, Real Talk, The Metaphor Messiah. He's in the chat. If you didn't hear the beginning of the show, I used King of Kings tonight, his version of King of Kings tonight, as the opener. It was great. I've been using that. I've been using American Dream and, of course, Brock Lesnar. So there you go. Isaac A., why do you hate Cam so much? Cam Newton. Why do I hate Cam Newton? Because this guy, as big as he is, as powerful as he is, this is exactly why. Plain and simple. He's 8 feet tall, 378,000 pounds. He's able to walk into the end zone on these 1-yard walk-ins. And what does he do? He does these things. I hate it. It's repugnantly awful. It drives me insane. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. Do something really impressive, and then, win some actual fucking playoff stuff. Live up to the talent that you supposedly have. He's nowhere near as great as the hype would lead you to believe, okay? Now, what did they do? How many picks did he have last week and they were able to fucking win with? Come on. They won in spite of him, not because of him. And I'll tell you something else. If he didn't have Greg Olsen, that black hole for catching footballs, he'd be really fucked, all right? That's why I can't stand Cam fucking Newton. I feel so sick. I'm about to throw up. Sodville, Dave, why is SmackDown theme song so gay? Good question. I don't know. It could be gayer. It could be gayer, but it's okay. Canelo, Finn Balor versus Apollo Crews for the NXT Championship next week. Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about that. I think that's about going to do it. I think I'm wrapped up for realsies. I was given one last opportunity to anyone who wanted to call in, but I think it's about time to be traveling down that lonely, lonely road because I got a feeling, girl, I got to let you go. A little bit of 80s hair metal for you. If Patrick Glenn was in the chat, he'd know what that was. But it's okay. All right, that's all I got. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here on the Copious SmackDown review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you're so inclined, feel free to donate to the channel. You can do so right in the description box of this video. Much appreciated. But other than that, make sure you continue to watch wrestling. Keep posted for the not everything's fucking copious, for Dead on Dave Live on Saturday. It's Halloween. I'm not sure what time I'm going to do it. Probably when I get back from taking my daughter trick-or-treating, so 9 or 10 my time, more than likely. So it'll be a little bit later than usual, and I know that sucks because I'll be competing against all of the other sporting events and college football and stuff like that. But I got to do what I got to do. Maybe I'll even just move it till Sunday. Maybe I'll move it to Sunday, so we'll see what happens. Hope you guys join me for that. Dead on Dave Live, viewer questions, the weekly show where I take all your viewers. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Hope you enjoyed this week of wrestling, man. There was a lot going on, a lot of fun. And not only in WWE, make sure that if you're only just watching WWE, that you're going checking out other things. New Japan is now on American television, Ring of Honor. The only problem with watching Ring of Honor, of course, if you watch more than a half hour, you're going to get eye cancer because of the terrible goddamn, whatchamacallit? I've totally forgot. I forgot where I was going there. The terrible quality. Eye cancer, Ring of Honor, not good. And, of course, TNA is still doing something. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoy everything. We will see you next time. Keep it copious, motherfuckers. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Peace.